As we set to go green here at Darlington Raceway for round 17 of the 2022 FBRL Hardees National Series season. Corey Williams on pole position alongside Shade Eves. It's throwback 9 Darlington. Green flag in the air. Corey Williams gets a good start through turn number 1 as he immediately clears the 3 of Shade Eves. And Nick Breeding from 3rd place immediately pounces on Eves for 2nd place. Looks like Williams is going to lead the first lap here. Breeding now trying to follow in, trying to clear 2nd place from Eves. He does. Breeding the points leader, trying to get up to Corey Williams. These two have had many battles at the front this season, and we could be in store for yet another one. Kyle Springer in the 32 car qualified in the top 10, which was pretty surprising. Springer, who has actually had some good runs this season, as he almost slides up into the wall. But he's having a bit of a tough time right now here at the start. As he started 9th, he's already fallen pretty much down into the 15th, 16th place position. This track is going to be very dependent on track position, as passing here is very difficult and takes a while. So losing positions now is not exactly the most ideal situation. 4-car battle here for 4th place. Eric DeMax in the 4 with the 4-car pack behind him of Martin, Turner, Eves, and Bobo Jones. Shade Eves, who qualified on the outside front row, he is having some issues here on the start. He is dropping back really quickly. I'm not sure if Eves is just having some issues getting the car up to speed, or maybe he's just taking it easy, but he's losing some spots here. Dejon Weeks is driving number 16 for Joseph Sirigley Racing this weekend. He is one of many drivers that's going to be driving this number 16 for the rest of the season. Weeks is currently in the hunt for the Sony Cup Series title right now, and just came off one of the most dominating performances of the season at Michigan. But here in the Hardees National Series, it's not exactly the same story. Weeks is having a tough time getting to grips with this car right now. That's been a big complaint over the Sirigley shop for most of this weekend. They have been really struggling with the handling of their cars. Chris Dodd back there in the 11, we'll get to him in a minute. He's back there also struggling with some cars, and Weeks is just, granted, it's been a while since he's been in one of these cars, so maybe it is a bit of some rust, but he is having a real tough time now arguing with Jordan Fisher for 15th. Malik Nevington, the 96, though, he is somewhat on the move. He seems to be getting off to a good start there. So you have to imagine that whatever adjustments that they've made to this 96 car, that the other 2 cars are going to want to try and copy whatever the heck he's doing. For the lead, Nick Breeding underneath the quarter panel of Corey Williams there. He's going to get side by side with him off at turn 2. Noah Hart there back in 3rd, trying to pick a lane. He's going to follow Nick Breeding, it looks like. Williams, though, fighting back on the outside line, trying not to let Breeding get past him here. And this battle is causing a train to form. As Breeding and Corey make contact in the entry of turn number 1. That's going to set the 14. A little squirrely there, and that's going to cost him some spots, though, and he's going to get freight trained. Hart falls into 2nd place. DeMax into 3rd. Martin and Turner both get by Corey Williams. Just outside the top 30, Cody Lamas, one of the top drivers in the Sony Cup Series right now. He's making a start for Crossroads Racing this weekend, which was a very interesting get for this team for their part-time effort here, as they're hoping that Lamas' experience and talent will be able to get this team a really good finish here tonight. You can see Lamas battling here with Ellison. He's keeping up with Caesar and Sean Angel here, so that's a pretty good sign for a team that hasn't exactly had the fastest cars this season. Tonight's race has got a lot of talented drivers in it, with a lot of drivers from the Cup Series. We got drivers from the Truck Series as well coming up into racing here tonight, and it's definitely shifting the bit of the balance of power, you can say, in terms of who's going to be up front or not. And obviously, as you can see here, Kyle Collins and Kev Shear, who are just barely running inside the top 20 right now. They've got some very stiff competition tonight. Kyle Collins coming off his first win at Eagle Point a few weeks ago, so they're trying to continue their momentum from the last couple of months. Back at the front here, Noah Hard takes a peek underneath Nick Breeding though, but backs out the last moment. I think he was trying to see if Breeding would bite, but no, Breeding held firm against that move there. Noah Hard in the 18, he would love to try and get the lead here. This 18 team has been probably one of the most bipolar teams I have ever seen. One week it's a top 10, the other one it's a wreck. One week it's a top 5, and then the next it's a mechanical failure. And right now, Hard and this 18 team, they're looking to get a good finish here because this has been a very disappointing season, I'd have to say, for him, considering how well he ran last season. Now, Hard is confirmed to be back in 18 for next year. So whatever issues they had this season, I'm sure they are going to work on fixing those by the end of this season for next season. Team that has really had a tough start tonight has got to be the Sanders Performance Autosport cars. Tim Fiegel and Nick Pericles are running basically at the bottom of the order. The only car they're beating, well, besides Zachary Bilson, is Tyler Heim, who's making his first start for that team, and that team's also making their first start as well in the 78. But the Spa team, they're having a bit of an issue right now. Fiegel and Pericles both look like they're having some issues just getting through the corners correctly. You can see Pericles, he looked like he was about to... That car looked like it was about to fall apart on the exit of the corner. So I wonder what the heck may be going on with this team tonight. Jesse Turner making a pass on Noah Hart for second place there. So Turner moves up into second. DeMax behind, trying to see if he can fall through. Does not. Hart does get his car back into third. Jesse Turner making one of his many leech starts for Spartan Motorsports this season. It's been a pretty decent pair that Turner and Spartan have been so far, but still looking for that win. Turner coming off a win in the Truck Series at Michigan. So he would like to follow that up with probably a win at Darlington and maybe a win in the Cup Series race later this weekend as well. It's been a very tough championship defense for the defending Sony Cup Series champion. Pit stops have begun. Nick Breeding from the lead comes down to pit lane. And looks like he's going to be a little lonely here, although he's going to bring Corey Williams with him, it looks like. So Breeding going to undercut here, going to try and get a bit of a gap on Jesse Turner here. However, this track is quite harsh on tire wear, so this is also a bit of a risk depending on how the tire wear shapes out here. Bishop and Yepes also came in behind, so two of the TPR cars behind as well, coming in. Here comes Turner. He's going to bring Noah Hard in, most of the top 10 with him. Eric DeMax in the 4 elects to stay out, as does Gatlin Downey and Luke Martin. So Fisher team looks like they're going to go a little longer on the tires. At the end of the pit cycle here, we're going to see Nick Breeding and see where he shapes out here. The final cars have come to pit road. Breeding though, let's see, he's going to get past LaPrade, Heim. Oh, he's going to have a couple of lap cars he's just going to fly right by. He's going to have a pretty good lead here, actually. I didn't even see Turner or anyone else. That Breeding has just shot out to a lead here. And has also put several cars one lap down as well. He's got the 90, the 78, the 30 a lap down, the 42 a lap down. There's Turner in the 64, several seconds behind. How big is this gap exactly going to be? This looks like it's going to be at least 3 seconds. If I had to make a guess, 5 seconds. So 5.3 seconds is the gap. Oh, crash in the back! Brennan Crasta is around! Several cars in the wall there! Oh, Doug Lockrow and Nelson slam into the 8 car! Several others involved. Halleck, Kukulon, Reed with several hard hits. Crasta I'm not sure what the heck just happened. Cresta and several others just went into the wall, and several cars with heavy damage. Doug Lockrow has got terminal damage. That thing is destroyed. But what the heck just happened? We had just finished the end of the pit cycle here. Here's what happens here. Brandon Cresta and others that just came off pit lane here. And Cresta just comes across up the track into his teammate and Chris Dodd. And here comes the rest of the field. Lockrow, Ellison come in and just slam. And several cars with damage here. Kukalon with damage. That looks terminal. Dark smoke, so that's definitely not a good sign. Here's the onboard with Malik Nevins here. Here's another look here. Ooh, Cresta was coming up, and I don't think he was told that Shear was making a pass on Dodd, and oh my goodness, that is horrible. Two of the CM cars get together, and that's knocked out Cresta at least, and I had to imagine Shear's got some heavy damage, so that is unfortunate. Well, after our first caution of the night, Nick Breeding is still your leader, and now they've got a lot of lap cars around them here. Nick Pericles in the 90, Tyler Heim, Lamas, LaPrade, Reed, Ellison all in the bottom lane. Some of them got involved in the incident here, so we'll see how fast those cars are. Pericles gets decently back under, Breeding gets decently back up to speed here, although technically not run by Pericles. He actually got a pretty good start. He's going to get in front of Nick Breeding here. Have to mention that whatever issues that Spa had at the start, they may have rectified it. Sorta. That or Pericles is a walking, a moving roadblock right now. But he's going to get out to the front of the lead here. Although Breeding and Turner are trying to scrap for the actual lead itself here. Here comes Breeding underneath the 90 of Pericles. He is going to immediately dispose of him here. As whoa, Lamas in the back, but right behind has just been hit. Is he okay? Yes, he is. He kept it going. What a save by Cody Lamas in the 30. He's a lap down, but he's definitely not driving like it. I think Corey got into his quarter panel there. We'll have to look at that again here. But the field survives for the moment here, although you have to see the impatience of Corey Williams right now. If he's just almost dumping the 30 and now forcing his way past the 78 of Tyler Heim, who is probably absolutely scared as all heck right now. He is racing with some very, very good drivers and cars right now. Let's see what happened with Corey and Lamas here. Ooh, just got together on exit. Lamas held it together very well and keeps it off the wall. Very impressive save there by Cody Lamas. And Crossroads Racing, they're probably a long sigh of relief there. That was almost a heavy repair bill right there. For the lead here, Nick Breeding and Jesse Turner about to go at it here. Turner underneath the inside of Breeding. He's going to get the lead. Now remember, Breeding pitted before Turner did, so you have to imagine this could be the tire wear kicking in. No one came to pit road under caution. So Turner, who has the fresher tires here, then Breeding just got past him there. And Breeding's got to be in a little bit of some trouble here. That caution was not what he wanted, because now he's going to be at a disadvantage here with the pack close to him. Bit of a flashback here. We're being told something happened to Tim Fiegel when they got back to the caution here. I see. I see. Huh. Well, that explains a lot. And here's the result of that incident under caution. He is now driving a modified almost. Now, granted, the grill is still there at least, so that's good news. And he's actually running higher than he was before, so I guess this is sort of a net gain. It's hard to really describe this. I mean, he's keeping up with Aiden Shepard, so I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Diego Yepes in the 77 is not exactly having the most fun situation right now. Look at the situation he's in. Yepes had some struggles the last couple of weeks there, lost the points lead, and is now trying to get a good finish here, but he is just in a massive train. Tyler Heim in the 78 is not exactly doing this field any favors right now, and he's got two S3 cars in front of him and Kev Shear, who I imagine that 0 car must be hurting from the damage suffered with the crash from the crash with Crafts earlier. Ooh, Jesse Turner, he had a bit of a lead, but now he's going to lose it here as he's having some issues getting past James Ellison, the 93, who is woefully off the pace in the 93 Star Trek Cracker Barrel car. Ellison got some pretty heavy damage in that wreck. The car's still moving though, so he's going to at least gain a couple positions from the cars who did retire. But that has brought the field back to Turner, which I mentioned that's the complete opposite of what he wanted. But here comes Corey trying to find a way through. Ryan Butcher right behind in the 88 car. Man, you want to talk about a team that was looking hot for a while, then has really cooled off. Ryan Butcher and the 88 team, ever since that win at Carbondale, one of the bigger upsets of the season, they have really struggled to get some good finishes for this car. Granted, they've had some bad luck on the mechanical side of things, but they've definitely kind of lost a bit of that heat that they had to them to begin the year. But Butcher has definitely not lost the pace he's had. It's just haven't been able to put races together consistently. Butcher is confirmed to be going over to CM Racing next season. And there's going to be a lot of excitement about him in a CM car next season. Considering what he's done for Shade Binyaka Racing this year, imagine what he can do in a CM racing car. And considering how stacked next season's looking, it's going to be quite the challenge for him. You can see Nick Breeding, though, that early pit stop has kind of bit him in the butt here as he has fallen all the way down to 9th place and is about to fall to the clutches of Jordan Fisher here, pending Fisher gets up to him. But Nick Breeding, the points here, still ahead of basically almost everyone in the top 5 in points. So it's not the worst situation, but Breeding knows that this is a massive opportunity to get some big points on some guys today, especially with Collins and Yepes far behind. But they're going to need to get this car to pit road, and the pit cycle should be beginning soon. For the lead here, Corey Williams and Jesse Turner, they make contact there. Corey gets into the quarter panel to 64, and that's going to get him the lead. And that's going to put Ryan Butcher into 2nd place. Turner led a good chunk of laps there, but now Corey Williams, the pole sitter who lost the lead early in the race, he has now gone it back in the 14. Corey Williams looking for win number 3 on the season here. If they can just nail this final pit stop here, they should be in a good situation. We mentioned how Nick Breeding's early pit stop had kind of cost him some spots here. Well, kind of the opposite for Eric DeMax in terms of when they pitted. DeMax was one of the very last cars to come to pit road, and that cost him a lot of spots here because what they were hoping for was for a long run on tires. But DeMax in the 4, he was running in the top 3 when pit stop started, and he is now outside the top 10. Trying to make up positions here, but with all the lap traffic and with a lot of cars on similar strategies, this hasn't worked out very well for the 4 team. Despite gaining the lead, Corey Williams has not been able to pull away here. Ryan Butcher is trying to make a run at this 14 here. But you can see Jesse Turner now getting to his back bumper here. Turner going to get to the inside of the 88 car, and he's going to go back into second place there. And here comes Gatlin Downey all of a sudden in the 12 car out of nowhere. Has caught the lead pack. Downey in the 12 car. He is, all of a sudden, the car has come to him here. He must have a very good long run car, as he's going to try and get rid of Ryan Butcher. Corey Williams up there ahead, kind of struggling with Jack Halleck as well. And Turner, who just lost the lead to Corey, is trying to get the lead right back. You have to imagine maybe Turner was conserving his tires there, and it's now starting to come back to him here, because the 14 and the 88 both look like they've kind of dropped off some pace the last couple of laps. And speaking of which, the 14 going to drop off the pace to come to pit lane. So final stop of the night. Corey is the first car to bite. Two laps later, Jesse Turner to pit road. A Gatlin down in 12 is going to stay out an extra couple of laps here, as does Jordan Fisher. You have to imagine the 12 team saw how good their long run car is, so they're coming to pit. They want to go into a late stop here and go for a massive long run here. Depending, we don't get a caution on the end of the pit cycle again. But Turner into pit lane. Here comes Downey now to pit lane. He will, well, not really surrender the lead, but he has come down to pit lane. And, well, actually, he is going to surrender the lead here. Eric DeMax in the 4. He's going to go an extra lap here, as does Tyler Black, I believe. So, DeMax going to go for the stay out strategy again here, but I kind of question this because it didn't really work out the last time, but looks like they're going to try it again here. That, or they're hoping for a caution, which wouldn't be a terrible strategy. Put a lot of good cars left down here, but no, DeMax is going to come to pit lane. Black follows in with him. Huck Davis just came off pit lane. So yeah, these are the last cars to come to pit lane, is these two. Corey Williams came out in front of Jesse Turner in the 64, as you can see back there. We're going to see where Corey comes out of here. I don't see the 4 of DeMax. All I see is lapped cars, so DeMax, yeah, he just came off pit lane from what I'm being told. So Corey Williams does have the lead in the 14. Turner behind in the 64. Roughly about 3 seconds behind. They're going to cycle past the 4 and the 84 here in a moment here. Ooh, Corey Williams catching Ryan Reed, who was off the pace here. Actually, I'm not quite sure if Reed has even pitted yet, that 24 car. It didn't look that slow at the back of the field, but that's going to slow up Corey Williams a little bit there. Here comes Julio Caesar in the 10, who just now fell a lap down. He's now trying to get his lap back here. 20 laps to go here at Darlington. And here comes Julio Caesar up the inside, trying to get his lap back here underneath the 14 of Corey Williams. Julio Caesar gets the lap back there. So nice job by the 10 team there if they can hold it. Although you have to imagine they're pushing the heck out of those tires to get that lap back here. But Corey Williams, he was the first car to pit road. He pitted 2 laps before Turner did. So Turner's going to have quite the advantage on tires here. And you can already see Turner is sort of already catching him here. 2.0 seconds to 1.27. Oh boy, this may have not been a good call for Corey Williams here. Turner is hauling it right now, and I'm not sure he can be able to hold him off for 18 laps. Ooh, Bobo Jones catches the 93 of Elson at a very bad time there. And he's having a tough time getting past Elson to begin with here. Bobo Jones in the 16th right now has had a bit of a quiet night. Has been the most exciting race for him. Here comes Cody Lamas, who is a lap down the 30 car. He's going to pass the Rodriguez car, which is probably got to be some good morale for the Crossroads team to be passing that car. But now they're going to box in Bobo behind the 93. And this is going to cost him some spots here. Ooh, I can't imagine Jones is too thrilled about this one. He does get finally underneath Ellison, but lost several positions in the process here. Corey Williams has recaught the 10 of Julio Caesar here, but Caesar is holding him off, and Turner is catching bit by bit every lap. 0.8 seconds to 0.5, so another 0.3 for Turner, and this is looking like a disastrous strategy call for the 14 team, partially because they just can't get past Caesar. Ooh, Corey looks slow underneath the 10 car, tries to find a hole underneath, but no, Caesar holds him there. Corey just could not get the car to stick on the bottom. It has to be because of those tires are starting to fall off on him. And here comes Turner in the 64. And he's going to make a bit of a dive beneath the 14, but thinks nothing of it there. Oh, Caesar, I mean, you can't blame him for trying to stay in the lead lap, but at the same time, he's getting involved in the finish here. Here comes Turner underneath the 14. Here comes Turner. He will immediately go right past the 14 of Williams, and Turner takes the lead. With less than 15 to go, Turner has got the lead, but now it's his turn to race with Julio Caesar. Corey Williams with the slightly older tires may have cost him here. It did not let him get past Caesar, and it cost him a spot to Turner. And Turner, with little to no effort, makes the pass on Caesar that Corey was trying to make for the past 10 laps. But lap cars here, I mean, this is a very difficult situation here, but Turner, he is looking like he's in the driver's seat right now. Back in third place is Gatlin Downey. Now remember, he was one of the last cars to come to pit lane, so he's probably running the fastest laps on track right now. But he is 3.7 seconds behind Turner, and with a lot of cars to pass. The entire top 3 in points with 10 to go is running outside the top 10. Nick Breeding has fallen out of the top 10. Diego Yepes behind him, 1 position behind. Kyle Collins a little farther ways back, running in the 18th position here. So for drivers outside the top 3 in points, this is a massive opportunity to score some points, but right now with the amount of I mean, this is such a stacked field that points is definitely going to be difficult to earn tonight, as it has been. I mean, you can see, I mean, so many good cars have, so many of our typical front runners have been struggling tonight. Corey Williams is struggling to get past these lap cars. That undercut strategy is not working out at all. He can't get past any cars right now that didn't pit the same lap he did. And now he's about to fall into the clutches. Gatlin Downey, who is the fastest car on the racetrack. He is running just barely faster than Turner. So unfortunately, unless something drastic happens, I think Jesse Turner may have this one in the bag. But right now, Downey, he can sense a massive opportunity here with so many cars in the top 10 in points struggling tonight. Downey could be en route for a really strong points finish here, especially if he can pass Corey, who's ahead of him. And you can see Corey just can't find something to work with here. Downey just caught him like it was nothing, like he's off the pace. Downey, though, still sticks behind the 14 here. Caesar now making a pass on Shepard. This is for position. So honestly, even if you're Corey and you're frustrated with the 2 lap cars, they are racing for a spot. Dejon Weeks and Luke Martin here running 22nd and 23rd right now. And I have to say, I was expecting a lot more from these 2 tonight. While this field is incredibly stacked, there was no doubt that Weeks was a popular dark horse pick for this weekend. Now, granted, it's mostly a dark horse because of the car he's driving, but Weeks has just not been able to get comfortable tonight with this car. Neither has Luke Martin, honestly. I mean, Martin had a decent start to the race, but they have just not been able to find much pace tonight, and it just hasn't been working out very well. Same case for a lot of good cars tonight. Kyle Collins has just been struggling, trying to find some bounce in this 41 car. He's about to get passed by Patrick Smith, by the way, who is having a really strong run tonight as well, considering the field. 5 to go here. Corey Williams in the 14. He just lost a spot to Downey, and now he's going to lose a spot to Fisher, and now he's going to get held up by James Elson here as Corey tries to come down to the middle lane, and he gets hit by Eves. He slides up the track into the wall, and somehow, someway doesn't crash. Oh my goodness me, what an incredible save by Corey Williams. Now granted, it's going to cost him some spots here. Granted, I'm not really sure who to blame in that situation quite yet, but that was almost a disastrous end to the race for a 14 team and potentially others as well. And right behind here, John Arnn and Malik Nevins battling for 8th place here. Arnn looks like he's going to get past Nevins. Here's a replay of the 14 incident here. Tries to cut underneath the 93. The 3 just had way too much speed coming up on him, and yeah, that was just a bad decision on the 14's part. I don't blame him for it because I don't want to get stuck behind that 93 either, but that was almost a disastrous end for the 3 car as well, because I'm sure CM Racing has not been happy with the race that they've been having tonight with one crash and a second close call there. Coming to the white flag here. A 3-second gap separates first and second as Jesse Turner for Spar Motorsports takes the white flag here at Darlington Raceway. This 64 team has been due for a win all season long. People expected Turner to be the one to pull it off, and looks like he's going to be the man tonight. Spar Motorsports still winless this season, but not for much longer here. Turner coming through turns 3 and 4 here. It's all smooth sailing from here. Off the final corner, Jesse Turner to the checker flag. He wins here at Darlington Raceway for Spartan Motorsports in the number 64. Gatlin Downey, a very nice effort, finishes 2nd place there, and he gets a massive points haul tonight. Jordan Fisher in the 0-2, a nice quiet 3rd place run tonight. Shade Eves 4th and beat everyone in front of him in points. That has got to be a good feeling for him. Ryan Butcher top 5 for the first time since his win at Carbondale, and what a drive by him tonight for that team. Corey Williams' undercut strategy knocks him to 6th. Noah Hart finishes 7th place after a good run tonight. John Arnn finishes 8th, another good run in his part-time season. RJ Bishop with a nice 9th place finish for him, much needed. And Malik Nevins gets Joseph Sirigley another top 10 finish as in the number 96 car, in their part-time car.